Welcome to the DSO Hygienist Podcast. This podcast is for everyone in the DSO space. Whether you're a hygienist, dentist, assistant, or leader, we're here to bring you expert insights, real-world strategies, and conversations to help you thrive. I'm your host, Christine Deal, and together we'll explore how to elevate patient care, grow professionally, and navigate the ever-evolving world of DSOs. Let's get started. Aimee Vail, RDHBS, MHA/ED, is a dental industry strategist who transforms how innovative dental technologies reach the practitioners who need them most. With 25 plus years spanning clinical practice, enterprise sales, and market development, she founded PoweredUP Prevention to help dental technology companies navigate complex institutional and enterprise markets. As a fractional leader and clinical advisor to multiple dental technology companies, including OraQ AI, Enamel Pure Laser System, A2Z Imaging, and Cranberry USA, Aimee accelerates market entry by providing end-to-end support from clinical validation to contract closures. Her approach combines clinical credibility with strategic sales methodology, helping emerging vendors establish partnerships and penetrate hard-to-reach accounts. A U.S. Army National Guard veteran and former National Health Service Corps member, Aimee holds a master's in health administration education and maintains active dental hygiene license in Connecticut and Montana. She is also a national speaker and continuing education provider in dental hygiene curriculum. Buying a dental practice? Here's what no one tells you. It's not just about the numbers. It's about the people. And if you lose them, you lose trust, culture, and production. That's where the DSO team transition comes in. We help you stabilize your staff, align systems, and retain your top talent, so your new practice runs smoothly from day one. Smooth transitions, stronger teams, real results. Visit DSOteamtransition.com and download your free transition checklist today. I want to welcome Aimee to the show. Thanks so much for being on the DSO Hygienist today.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here, Christine. I know we talked about doing this for a while.
Yes, I'm so
So
excited to
we
have
made
you.
it.
So this is kind of how the format goes. We're just going to start with the questions and we'll take it from there. So I want to talk about that bold new initiative. What inspired you to do the Dental Vendor Masterclass? And why was it important to bring vendors together in this kind of format?
Well, we have, number one, we have conferences, right? And we're all there as vendors. I'm on both sides. I'm a clinician and I'm a vendor as well. But there's really no roadmap, really kind of booklet on how to be very successful as a vendor in this space. And there's so many of us. And then on the clinician side of it as well, is that there's a certain way that we like to interact with our vendors and have the knowledge behind there so we can make appropriate buying decisions, but there's also a way that you insert yourself as well. So Cassie Talon and I came together and we said, let's build this masterclass for our vendors in this space. And and then kind of the matching part, we may see in the future something else where we use AI to match vendors and DSOs and other practices together. But this masterclass is specifically for the vendors in the space, right? Let's show you best practices. You're out there. I do want to reference DVIN just put out a fantastic survey. And part of those questions really they were an eye-opening experience to some of us, talking about, do you feel like you walked away with, do you think you feel like you walked away from that conference feeling good and having leads and knowing what to do next? And do you have a sales strategy? Do you have things that kind of these things that we think you need to have as vendors to really enter in this space and be successful? So we want people to be successful. And we want that dialogue between vendors' practices to be strategic and not that difficult too. Let's be successful in all of us.
So you're known for making big impacts behind the scenes. How did your work with vendors and DSOs lead to the creation of the masterclass?
Some of it was hearing some personal stories. I am in and out of practices. I've worked with large DSOs in my roles, and it really is having that dialogue to understand the pain points in the industry. And so, hearing some personal stories about how vendors might show up in front of decision makers, or having the roadmap in front of you that they don't have. So all of these things, right? And hearing stories. I mean, I had a particular story. The front desk woman, she had come from medical. She had only been in the practice a couple of months, and all of a sudden a vendor approached her and was like, I have gold refining and I'm going to take your teeth and I'm going to make money off of them and stuff like that. She's looking at him, she's going, what are you talking about? Right? And so and it's just those little nuances in there, and it's like, let's have better conversations, right? And so that was, and that's not just the one story. I was in a practice last Tuesday, and again, the pain points that I hear, it was like the vendor did not understand the solution that I needed, right? And so maybe being non-clinical or something like that, but we want to help bridge that gap, right? And help to make sure that you're successful. And that way, when you kind of learn the industry speak or understand how to solve those problems better, then both sides have wins, right? It's very frustrating. The doctor told, she's like, I was so frustrated. I don't want, we're already doing dentistry and it's hard. So why are we having hard conversations with our vendors too? So we wanted to really make that impact. We have so many great speakers on different with their topics, and that's how we want to make an impact in here. Really just have that cohesiveness between the vendors and the purchasers.
Got it. So the agenda covers lead conversion, branding, cultural fit, and even networking strategies. How did you decide what needed to be in the event?
So we want to provide, and I think this, we might get into this later, but we want to provide a comprehensive, really clear way from start to finish on that journey with making sure your vendor, I guess what I want to say is the vendor journey. It's like kind of picking your best customer, right? All the way from the beginning, and making sure that they're a fit for you and their organization, right? And that's even before you even pitch your product on there. That's even before you can convert the lead, is making sure that you have that in place, understanding your brand even before you put that product in there, right? So this is what we felt, and this is why we picked 8 of us to do this master class, because we felt that all of these 8 areas are the ones that vendors want to understand, and how they learn how they learn from each individual speaker, and then taking all of that, and that would be your complete, that is what we felt is the complete journey as a vendor.
Got it.
So that's how we picked.
And you have a
And we
clear, go ahead.
And so we designed the master class. We had it in a different format, and as it kind of took shape, like we knew all of the points that we wanted to hit on branding and culture and lead and things like that. But then and we had it all set up, and I thought I was going to go first, and we were like, no. And then we revamped it to provide even a better roadmap. So it's very understandable. Hmm?
So you've got a clear emphasis on collaboration over competition. Why was that mindset important for the vendors that you're bringing into the room?
Because while I'm a very competitive person, I don't want to be that way even among my peers, even those that I compete with. It is a collaboration in this industry. It is about DVIN, with that is one of our a very close partner of us with us, and DVIN, it's all about relationships, right? And so having those, how can you have good relationships if you're being competitive with each other, right?
Mhm.
And so I've always said there's always enough space in this industry for everybody. And I have friends that I call my friends that sell similar products, right? But but you know what? Not everybody is your customer either. So maybe we can collaborate with that where I can't provide the solution, maybe somebody else can, and that's okay. I mean, I know we're all hungry out here, but there is enough, we feel there's enough to have a collaboration and partner with each other. I would not be anywhere without my partnerships. So we really wanted it. And if you look at all 8 of us, it's not just one, right? So we have this whole collaboration between all of us. And then we want to bring in the vendors too to collaborate as well. We open it up for questions, and we want, the main goal is to make this industry even better. Because I think we all love the dental industry. I do. Right. I think, and everybody that you and I and everybody on the dental vendor match, I think I could speak. We love this industry. We just want to make it better.
Now, who are the 8 speakers?
So the 8 speakers are Cassie Tellen and I, of course, and then we have JC Meminger, we have Sarah Ruberg, we have Melissa Turner, Linda Ryan, Janet Hagerman, and Eileen Day.
Great
Does that
lineup. Great
all
lineup.
line up? Yes. All of these women on here, I am so honored to partner with. They are experts in their roles, and
Mhm.
they're very successful out in the dental industry. And so why not share that knowledge?
Yeah, love that.
Mhm.
So many vendors struggle to align with DSOs or integrate into practices. What can your attendees expect to walk away with that they can actually change how they operate?
Right. So we wanted to be more than just noise, I guess. I mean, not saying that, but we wanted to deliver and give an actual roadmap, an actual, the attendees are going to have a workbook afterwards. We want to lead them on to success, right? And so the workbook will have several takeaways from all of us. My particular topic is lead conversion. And so a lot of things that I talk about, what would help is, there is, as you said, DSOs, and then there's, we call group practices and all of those kind of encompassing. And then we have those solo practice owners and maybe like the micro DSOs, if you want to go into that, but even before the emerging. But there's different points at each way along the journey. There's different ways that you discuss things with the different types of roles that you might encounter in a DSO or a practice. There's a way, at least on mine, where I talk about how to talk to the different people. You're going to talk to the office manager and have a different conversation there than you will with the hygienist, right? So, on all of those, and then with a DSO, there's a different conversation that you might have with a regional manager and a CFO, or so it's very different. So my way of giving that takeaway and helping to understand the different types of roles you may encounter, and then with that and how to convert those leads on there, right? And so I believe, Linda's going to talk about culture and how to fit in there. I'm not sure what her takeaway is going to be, but we will have that. We will have several takeaways and we will have a workbook for them because again, we just want to make the industry better, right? And so to talk about culture, and we know Sarah's really great at branding, right? I mean, every day I see her on LinkedIn, right? She's an expert in that. And then not she'll show you how to build your brand, do her expertise. And then Melissa Turner will come in and talk about how to amplify, and do the partnerships on there, right? And JC talks about nurturing some of those leads and those relationships. And then I follow up with how to convert those leads, and then come in and talk about not every DSO is your buyer, which is that is great. I just had this conversation with a manufacturer today, and it's sometimes you have to know that too. You have to know when to kind of back away because it's just not a good fit, right? And so yeah, these are the things that I think vendors want to understand. We talk about being able to convert better leads and being able to understand the industry, having it maybe even 90 days. And we want to hear that. We want to hear those wins as well. Did this master class help you win at something, right? Even if it's just going to a conference and, oh, maybe I should do this instead. It's not even about taking a lead or something like that. Let's just talk about just something but there will be takeaways and there will be a workbook for them.
That's awesome. It's really nice to offer something like that. So, what do you think the biggest mistakes vendors are making right now when it comes to trying to grow in dental? And how does the master class help shift that?
Mm. One of the biggest mistakes. I think I don't want to pinpoint one. There are several things that we can enhance and improve and things like that. I can talk about a very just the other day, I get in my LinkedIn box, right? Okay, this is a big mistake. All right, I will. This is a big mistake. When you link in with somebody, okay? If I could say one thing on here, research. As a hygienist, we're research, right, Christine? I mean, we love to research the heck out of stuff, right? And so that's no different when I'm researching a DSO to pick the target or a private practice or pick a target, don't tell my friends, but it's like so we have to do the research on that first, right? Are they are they even good are they even my client, are they even right? Not every DSO is your buyer. And so that's a big mistake. So I get in my LinkedIn box from a doctor that was not he has product, right? And so he was like, hey, I need you to la la la, and here's my product. And I'm going, I can't do anything with that. I'm not a dentist. I'm not that I can't do that. And so he follows up again, second time, and then he follows up a third time and was like, did I say something wrong? And I said, okay. I said, hi, thanks. How are you? Well, that I said, this doesn't interest me. This does not interest me at all. And I said, it's not what you said. It's just how you say it. I'm not your buyer, so I'm not ever going to respond to you. Right? So you can't not that you can't, as people do, like just kind of like spam too. And that's I think one of a big mistake. I mean, it's great because we can push out all these fantastic drip campaigns and sometimes they work. Sometimes they work. But one of that I do see is that people they pick me and they try to market me or try to do that and I'm not your buyer. You didn't do your research. That's the thing. And so then if I see that, honestly, I wanted to help him. So I did. I actually sent him a ticket to DVM. So so I think he's coming next Friday. Like I didn't even know. But I said, here's a ticket. I said, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. I said, but this is not me. And I said, why don't you come to my master class next Friday? And he was very thankful, and so maybe we just kind of move the needle and he and he can provide a different approach next time or do things like that. But I think that's one of the it's going right back to the vendor that I said, my friend Brittany at the office, and she was like, I didn't know what gold teeth. What is he talking about? He wants me to give teeth to him for what? Like, so
Yeah, it is.
that's
It's kind of morbid if you're not if you're not in dental.
but a simple, I think it's the questions. And that's another thing that I always teach. I've always taught to the sales team too, is like questions. We want to, and people like to talk about themselves too. So questions, ask those questions. Like, I can't even start talking about whatever product I sell until I know what's going on with you, right? And so that is one thing that I can say. If you ask the questions, you have the research, so you know what you're talking about. You don't waste your own time. Like, he just pitched his entire product to her, and she was like, I don't know what you're talking. I'm gonna go give you to the office manager. Like, you could use that time to talk to the correct person, and then move on your way to move to another office, right? And so it's like, it's not doing wrong. It's just teach. It's teaching. I do
Right.
a lot of teaching.
For someone on the fence, why is now the moment to get into the room, learn the strategies, and stop flying blind?
Okay, so why not start now? You have a product, you have a company, and do you know everything? Do you feel like, you were taught everything? I mean, this will enhance, this will optimize your selling process. This will give you, I mean, even if you have one takeaway that'll make you successful, that'll give you a sale, or give you another friend in the industry, right? Come take the course. Come take the class. Come check it out. We plan on offering this again on a larger level at ADSO next year. So we're talking to them and we're solidifying that. And so, it is. I learned from a friend. Her name is Dr. Joy Lloyd Holmes, right? I've watched hers, and let's try to be 1% better every day, maybe even a little bit more, right? So if you have the time and you don't think that you know everything about selling, I mean, I've been in sales for, I mean, I don't know how long, since I was 15, right? And so just selling. And I don't know it. I constantly, it's lifelong learning, it's continuous learning. So really, unless you have it all, then come on and, teach it with us, or you think so. If not, come learn. Just come learn, come spend the day. With nothing else, we're going to have we're going to have fun. We have some great sponsors, and, it's a good Friday.
Amy, thank you so much for being on the program today. Now, if our listeners want to, register for the webinar, do you have some information on that? Or if they want to get a hold of you?
I could be emailed at poweredupprevention@gmail.com. We have the dental vendor match website. If you go to any one of our LinkedIn profiles, there is information on dental vendor match. There's the link to sign up, and I think it's dentalvendormatch.rsvpify.com. So that's dentalvendormatch.rsvpify.com. And so you can go to that, or you can reach out to me directly, or Cassie, or any one of the speakers, and we can get you some tickets for you and your company, so you come and learn from this. So we just want to be better.
Great. I cannot wait. I definitely want to partake in this as well. So I'm very excited for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being our guest today, Amy.
Thank you, Christine. It's great.
Thank you for listening to the DSO Hygienist podcast. Please follow or subscribe to be alerted of new episodes.